Hey guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are watching this video for your first time, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. You hit the thumb button as well. This video is all about Serie A fixtures of this particular weekend. That is Matchday 30 in the Serie A, the Italian league. This is one of the toughest league at this point in time because you cannot easily predict who can be crowned champions at the end of the season. Even the point difference from the first spot, the second spot, and the third spot is not that large, meaning any mistake that you make now is going to pay you off at the end of the season, right? So let's dive into Serie A fixtures of this weekend, March 30. This is the first fixtures after the international break of 2025. That was the first international break of 2025, and we are done with the first international break of 2025. And here are our fixtures for this weekend, right? Well, the first game of the day, and that match will be played at exactly 3 o'clock African time, and it is actually the first fixtures after the first international break of 2025. That game will be between Como versus Empoli. We also have the game between Venezia versus Bologna at exactly 3 o'clock as well. We have Juventus versus Genoa at exactly 6 o'clock. I think this match between Juventus versus Genoa is going to be the first match of Igor Tudor because Ogan Mata was sacked as a Juventus coach. So it is actually going to be the first game of Igor Tudor with Juventus. So guys, let's just wait and see how his first game with Juventus is going to look like. No, remember that we are just left with exactly 8 games to go to the end of the season in the Serie A. So, and the season seems to be hard for Juventus at this point in time because they are not certain if they will qualify for European competition next season. And that is why they brought in a new coach to see if they will change the system and they will win some games and qualify for European competitions next season. We also have the game between Leeds versus AS Roma, and that game will be played at exactly 8:45. I think this is going to be the last game of the day. And after this game, so many things are still going to change on this Serie A table. Now, when you move further to take a look at the statistics of these clubs, right, you discover that these clubs are actually performing extremely very well. The only problem is getting the 3 points because Juventus was one of the clubs in Europe that at the start of the season they went for so many games unbeaten, right? And in this 2025, they are actually be struggling because they are not even topping the Serie A table. They are not even certain if they will qualify for European competition next season. And it is the same case with AS Roma. AS Roma is actually struggling in this Serie A this particular season. And the games is actually struggling at this end of the season as well. So let's just wait and see how Saturday fixtures is going to look now. And if you have to take an inner look into some of these fixtures, right, at exactly 11:45 we have a game between Cagliari versus Monza, which is also a big game in the Italian league because this particular period like this that you guys are just left with few matches to go, right? You fight for everything, you fight for every point, you fight for every goal counts, every point counts. So no mistakes are to be made at this point in time. So it's also going to be a tough game between these two opponents. We have Fiorentina versus Atalanta, right? This is going to be a tough game as well. We have Moiskin who plays for Fiorentina, who scores goals. We have Ademola Lookman who plays for Atalanta, who also scores goals. So this game is going to be a Titan versus Titan. You get both are good when it comes to offensive football. And the third game of the day will be that of Inter versus Udinese, and the last game of the day will be Napoli versus AC Milan. Yes, we have seen Napoli struggling. We have seen AC Milan struggling. So let's wait and see if who will get all the 3 points on Sunday, because if it happens that the points are being shared and Inter Milan actually won their match versus Udinese, right, you discover that the point difference between the top spot and the second spot will not be extremely large. Just in case Napoli lost the game or Napoli share points with Atalanta and Inter Milan win the game. So it's going to be a tough end of season to all Italian clubs because at this point in time, Italy is not anything to go and play with. I think it is one of the toughest leagues this particular season. It is one of the most competitive leagues this particular season, 2024-2025. You cannot predict who will be crowned champions at the end of the season. You get the point. So let's just wait and see how the fixtures are going to look like. And now, when we dive into the level of players that have been scoring goals, that is the top scorer list, you'll discover that the top scorer in this Serie A is already having 29 goals. 29 goals. And guys, before Saturday and Sunday fixtures, let's take a look at the Serie A table. But before that, know in mind that this table I've just removed the top 6 clubs and the last 6 clubs. I do not go through all the 20 clubs that actually participating in Serie A this season because the first 6 will tell us which of these teams might play European competition this season, which of these teams can be crowned Italian champion at the end of the season. And the last 6 is simply telling us that at the end of the season, 2 of the 6 clubs will be relegated to Serie B. You get the point. So it is tough at this point in time because we're just left with 8 matches to go to the end of the season in this Serie A, and it is going to be actually tough to all clubs, be it with the top 6 or the last 6. And now, if we have to look at the top 6, notice that Inter is having 64 points after match day 29, followed by Napoli with 61 points after match day 29. You see that the point difference at this level is just 3. And we have Atalanta with 58 points after match day 29. We have Bologna with 53 points after match day 29. And Juventus occupying the 5th position with 52 points after match day 29. So it's going to, after match day 28, sorry. So it's going to be a tough weeks ahead for Juventus. If they don't play well, if they don't get all the 3 points in every game now, they will not qualify for European competition next season. And if they have to qualify without winning all their games, you notice that they might qualify for Conference League or the Europa League. And you can imagine how European competition will look like in Italy without Juventus. Know that Juventus is one of the biggest clubs, maybe the best club in the Serie A ever since the Serie A was created. Now, the 6th position is occupied by Lazio with 51 points. So guys, we have seen all the top 6 clubs. That is, we have Inter Milan, we have Napoli, we have Atalanta, we have Bologna, we have Juventus, and Lazio. Tell me in the comment section who you think are going to finish the season within the top 4. Who you think is going to occupy the 5th position? Who you think is going to occupy the 6th position? Know that the top 4 are those that will qualify for Champions League. The 5th position will qualify for Europa League, and the 6th position will go for Conference League. So guys, tell us in the comment section who you actually think is going to be crowned champions at the end of this Serie A season 2024-2025. You also tell us down in the comment section your top 4 predictions at the end of the season. And now let's go to the bottom of the table, right? The last 6 of this Serie A table. You'll notice that Cagliari is having 26 points after match day 15. And now let's go to the bottom of this Serie A table, because it is at this level that you see how hard the season becomes, right? Cagliari is occupying the 15th position with 26 points after match day 29, followed by Lecce occupying the 16th position with 25 points after match day 29. We have Parma with 25 points after match day 29. We have Empoli with 22 points after match day 29. We have Venezia with 20 points after match day 29. And we have Monza occupying the last position with 15 points after match day 29. You see how tough this particular area is. That is the reason why I said I always prefer to take a look at the top 6 and the bottom 6, because when you go to the top 6, you see that the point gaps is not that big, and when you go to the bottom 6, it's almost the same. And with this bottom 6, every game now is like a final, because you make a mistake, you concede a goal, those things are going to affect you at the end of the season. Maybe they can even send it to Serie B, which is the 2nd division. So guys, if you're actually watching this video, tell us down in the comment section who you actually think will be eliminated from this Serie A season next year. I mean, who do you think will be sent to Serie B down next season? Because it's very tough. It is very tough. Imagine you see you guys are actually fighting for relegation, like fighting to get away from the relegation zone, and you are starting in the position, having the same points with your opponent with a goal difference, or having a point difference of 1 or 2 or 3 with your opponent, and you discover that every match counts. Every match at this point counts. Thank you guys for watching this video, and if you have watched a video right up to this point, don't forget to share this video, you hit the thumb button, and most importantly, drop a review down in the comment section so that I will know where to get myself better. See you until my next video.